All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to Virtual Racing Network. As you can see, once again, a little bit different look here to the stream. We are here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, or Hotlanta, as it is often referred to. Before we get into all of the racing details, we want to go over all the sponsors that have made this season possible and this broadcast. And this, of course, is the season finale here for the Upper Edge Racing League. So again, big shout out to all of the sponsors that have come on board here. Those do include Our Expression, CrowderCrew.com, My Car Doc, Profile Machine Products, Eddy's Sports Bar, and they are the title sponsor here for tonight's race. This is the Eddy's Sports Bar 200. Drive for Suicide Prevention, Car Zip, The Drill Spiel, and last but not least is NC Design Concepts. Again, a big shout out to all of these partners for coming on board here for the 2018 season for Upper Edge. And on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for the following partners. One of those, of course, the Northwest Racing Series, the official one-to-go sponsor here for tonight's race. We'll also be covering their truck series at Sonoma coming up here at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. Walls Beard Co. If you're looking to take care of that beard, there is no better product than Walls Beard Co. at Beard Balm. All natural and organic products. Make sure you check them out at wallsbeardco.com. Ohio IndyCar League. If you're looking to get into some IndyCar racing, check them out. Facebook.com/Ohio IndyCar League. SimSpeedShop.com, your one-stop shop for button boxes and e-brakes. Make sure you check them out for both those great products and pick one or both of them up today. And, of course, last but not least, iBog, iRacing Broadcast Overlay Graphics. They are the official graphic sponsor here for VRN, as all our overlays are made by them. We highly recommend them. Make sure you check them out at ibog.co if you're looking to get into broadcasting or just need some overlays for streaming. They can hook you up over there at ibog.co. That being said here, we are just about ready to get over to our national anthem, but we have a special guest here in the booth with us tonight that we have not had before other than as a driver. So we're going to go ahead and introduce him real quick. And, of course, that is Mikey and Neil. So, first off, Mikey, welcome to the booth for the first time. And are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, I've seen a couple races with these guys. These guys are really, really good, and we're ending off at a fun track, and I cannot wait to watch this because it's going to be amazing. I mean, these cars don't handle well at this track, so it's going to be very exciting to see what happens and how how passes are going to be made. I'm really excited.
Well, we are too. We're looking forward to this. Obviously, you're here tonight. Chris and Jeff have the night off as they are going to be racing later tonight. So they do have the night off here tonight. That being said, it is that time. We have a minute 13. We're going to hop over to the national anthem, and we will be right back here in just.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to go ahead and pull your driver bar up here for tonight. If you're watching someone who is very fast here, that is Ashton Crowder. Mikey, it's obviously your first time here in the booth with us. You're going to be watching him. He is a proven winner, and actually now, just recently, just came in, he's actually has a pro license. So somebody you definitely have to be watching out for here tonight. I would expect him to probably get the pole, as he was fastest in practice.
And yeah, because the bumps here, you're going to feel them off of turn 4. Off of turn 4, I feel like is going to be the hardest place on this track, and that's where you can gain but also lose the most speed. So I'm expecting to see some incidents there tonight. But other than that, I mean, everybody in here is really fast, and you got to watch out for people coming out of the corners as well, just because if you get really, really tight, you can really just slide up into them. There's not enough grip at this track, especially I think the track temp was at around 112 degrees, which is pretty hot, and so
you're definitely right. 112 degrees for 133 laps is what they have here tonight. So they have a lot of laps to put in. And since you don't know, and some of the people out there watching may not know, I'm going to quickly run down how qualifying works here. They try to run this as close to the real thing as they can. As you're seeing now, there are some drivers out on the track. There's also some coming down pit road. They will go out and they will run laps in a set amount of time here, as we do have 12 minutes left. So they will run this clock down to 6 minutes, and everyone will come in and out, take some laps. Then they will all come down pit road. They cannot take tires. The top 8 will go back out with 4 minutes to go. So that is how qualifying works. So those top 8 are going to try to battle once again for the top position, which Ashton Crowder does have right now. So it's a little bit different, but it makes it really close to the real deal here.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I see these guys running 30.2s and 30.3s. That's extremely fast here. I want to be the first car out. I want to be. There's not enough rubber, but I always kind of like setting the pace. And usually, if you qualify first and you're the first car out there, you can usually get a decent lap. But when there's too much rubber, that's when lap times start to fall off. So I like to be up front, but like I said, you guys are running 2s and. Those are some really fast lap times, and I mean, it only goes down to a point.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Really fast.
So a lot of fast times coming in here. They got Ashton Crowder, and they're loving the graphics. Thank you very much. So we've got Eyebog in there that obviously is the one that made these here. But a lot of time has been going into these, so hopefully everyone does like them. But back here we're looking. Our points leader right now coming into the night is the 44, Michael Araya, who has a really good shot at becoming tonight's champion. And that's what we're going to go over real quick here. We've got a few minutes left on the clock. We'll go over to Chuck Sweeting, who's out on the track. Coming in to tonight, Michael Araya is your points leader. Right behind him, 5 points behind, is Shane Terrian in the 38, followed by Adam de Blasio, 12 points behind, and Michael Fendelson 13 points behind. So it's going to be really tough if you're someone like Michael Fendelson or Adam de Blasio to possibly walk away with the championship, as there's not but 14 cars here tonight. There we go. So we'll be watching them. I'm going to be curious to see how that plays out. They would have to have an just an awesome race here. And obviously, your front two would have to have a fairly unfortunate race in order to stay ahead of them. So, you being the racer on this side of things, Mikey, what goes through your mind when you know you have everything on the line? You need to run as good as you can and hope that the competitor runs as bad as they can. And it looks like we have Mikey lost connection here, so that's unfortunate. Hopefully we will get him back here shortly, but we'll get back to that question here in a minute. But it's going to be, like we were talking about, it's going to be tough here if you want to try to get it. If you're someone like Shane Therian, or Michael Fenlison, to try and get the championship here. I think coming into tonight, your best bet is sitting right there. The 44, Michael Laraya, who is currently 5th fastest here. Fenlison is 1 spot higher starting, but 1 spot is not going to do the trick in the overall grand scheme of things here when it comes down to the point standing. So we're going to need to see a lot of stuff happen here in order for those last two, 3rd and 4th place, to possibly walk away with the championship. As Adam de Blasio back out on the track right now, he is also faster. So the three, well, let's say technically 3 of the top 4 are in the top 5 right now. The only one that's not is Shane Therian, who is back in 11th right now, not having quite the qualifying run he wanted, and he's also out of that top 8 to go back out on the track here in about 2 minutes. So he definitely wants to pick it up just a little bit so he can secure himself a spot in that top 8. Ashton Crowder, though, not in here for anything but a win, and that is exactly what he's setting himself up to do right now with a 30.279. A very good run here for Ashton Crowder in qualifying, as we have 8 minutes left on the clock. I don't think much more is going to change as far as positions go changing. We could be wrong. We'll be looking to see if it does or does not change. But something definitely to look at to see just how indeed all of this does play out here. That being said, we got about 7.5 minutes. We're just going to go silent here on the radio for a minute. We are going to let these guys do their thing as we're looking right now. Not many of them. Well, there wasn't many. Now they're going back out on the track. Let's ride along here on board real fast with Michael Fendelson, one of our drivers. So let's get rid of our driver bar and let's go on the rollboard camera for him and just take a lap around this track just to give you an idea of what it is like to go around this track of Atlanta. And he's actually going into pit road. So we'll switch over to Samuel Close here, who is on the track still. Well, he's actually getting off too. Let's see if we can't find someone. It looks like he's going in too. They're getting ready to come down pit road. No, he's coming off. So we'll run in here with the 28 of Ryan Dyson, as he may be coming in. It looks like they're getting ready to pull down pit road. So we will not go on board with any of them here tonight, as they are all coming down. So with that being said, we will go ahead and go back to our scenic camera here. We'll put up your qualifying times, and we will be right back when they come back out onto the track here in just a few minutes. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We got about 30 seconds before they come out on to the track. So before we do, again, we only announce this once per night, but that is if you want to be a little bit more part of VRN, you're not just happy with sitting in chat, which is perfectly fine, but if you want to be a little bit more, there will be a donation link coming up in chat here in a little bit. Feel free to donate if you want. You don't have to. We're just glad to have you here. But of course, we will put it to good use if you do, most notably going to the new overlays. We are still paying on those, so of course every little bit does help. A big shout out to, of course, Jason Allison for hooking us up with those new overlays. Still working on them diligently here to get all the animations in. They are looking very good here tonight, as we are going to jump down as they are back out on the track. And we'll go over here to Walker Thomas in that 18 as he is back out on the track. So I know you took a lap around this track, Mikey. So what is it like with this setup here and with these this track temperature?
So I'm pretty sure this is open, so they get to change it a little bit. So they've been working on it, but when I was trying it on default, it is definitely loose entering and loose exiting, and that's what you expect at this track. And that's why you see so many cars hit the wall, just because they get loose on entry and they slide up, or they'll get a little bit loose on exit and they'll even slide up, or they'll just spin it completely. But other than that, I mean, this is going to be awesome. I cannot wait. The high groove works, the low groove works. You can use whatever you want depending on the way you set up your car.
Well, definitely, I agree with you. It should be some great racing here. Again, we're watching the 18 of Walker Thomas. He is the closest to passing Ashton Crowder, and even then it's .059, so not right there. But he is the closest to trying to do it. Doesn't mean he will be the one to do it. If anybody does, as Ryan Dyson in 7th, spinning it on the track and wrecking it, so he will be stuck with that car, so we know he won't be getting up there. The question is, will Walker Thomas, but no, Adam de Blasio actually passes Walker Thomas for second, now only .025 behind Ashton Crowder.
Yeah, again, the same thing as the first round. We're seeing really, really fast laps, and be awesome. They're all running really, really close together right now, so it's going to be really, really close to see the outcome of this, because these cars, the one thing that they do here, though, that's kind of different from every other track, is that there's multiple grooves that can work. You want to set your car up for a certain groove kind of to go throughout the race, but you also want to try to work them throughout the race as well. So you might want to start off on the low side and up on the high side, but here on qualifying, you're kind of just stuck to one line. So you got to run that one line perfect, and I think a lot of people almost did there because there were really, really fast laps.
There definitely were some very fast laps, and unless Adam de Blasio can do it, I think he's going to be the only one that has a shot, because he's the only one left out on the track. Everyone else is back to pit road. He is giving it everything to try to get up there. Again, .025 separating him. So he's fast, but can he be fast enough to take pole here for this race? That is going to be the question here. So we're going to let you watch him for a minute, as they have about 50 seconds left on the clock. We're going to go get ready and get some last-minute stuff taken care of. We'll just let you drive around the track. You can see the times there in your qualifying, so you'll see if he passes him. And we, again, are going to go radio silent here for about 30 seconds. We'll be right back with your Walls Beard Co. starting grid. All right, we are live back on the mics here, ladies and gentlemen, and it is time for the Walls Beard Co. starting grid. While, of course, the logo is not in there yet, we are working on it. We'll have it in there soon. Row 1 here for the season finale, the Eddy's Sports Bar 200 will be the 27 of Ashton Crowder, and on his outside is going to be the 94 of Adam de Blasio. Row 2 is going to be the 18 of Walker Thomas and the 14 of Michael Fenlison. Row 3 is going to be the 44 of Michael Laraya, your points leader coming into tonight's race, and the 17 of Samuel Close. In row 4, it is going to be the 28 of Ryan Dyson and the 31 of Dylan Roberts. Row 5 is going to be the 88 of Joshua Adams and the 11 of Jamie Dyson. In row 6 here, in 11th place is going to be the 38 of Shane Terrian, and in 12th is going to be the 10 of Robert Kenny. In row 7 is going to be the 26 of Chuck Sweeting and the 61 of Bronson Stafford. And there is nobody in row 8. So that will do it here for the Walls Beard Co. starting grid. So hopefully everybody is going to enjoy tonight's race. I know we are here in the booth. Again, this is the season finale, but it is not our only race here tonight. We turn around once again and we go right back to the Northwest Truck Series right after this race. So it's going to be a long night for us here at VRN.
Going to be a good race here. We're about to take the green, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen. See if anybody makes any moves in turn 1, or they're going to kind of lay back and let them get spread out before we start making any passes. So about to go into turn 4 here and take the green.
We are indeed, and I expect to see, like you said, really good racing here. Again, if you're just tuning in here to VRN, we're at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is the Eddy's Sports Bar 200. Green flag is just about ready to be waving. There it is. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here on lap number 1 of 133. And we, of course, will have the stage caution coming up here at the completion of lap 66. So we're guaranteed to have one caution. Question is, will that be the only caution here tonight? I don't know. 112-degree track, and that is going to go up throughout the night. I think we may see at least one caution.
Well, talking about that restart there, Adam de Blasio had a really nice restart on that outside line. That may hinder some drivers' decisions later in this race because he blew right past. We'll see what's going to happen here because he's actually creating a gap between those two.
He is indeed creating a gap. We're going to zoom out here so you can see a little bit more of this field. And you can see right there are 14 drivers here tonight. This is the season finale, so that is the reason. A few less cars here tonight is because of that season finale. But we're watching 4 main drivers, and we'll watch them throughout the night here tonight. That is Michael Laraya, Shane Terrian, Adam de Blasio, and Michael Fendelson. The 2 big ones you're going to watch here are going to be Michael Laraya and Shane Terrian, the 44 and the 38, as those are going to be your 2 biggest chances of getting this championship. And right now, it looks like it would go to Michael Laraya, who is currently sitting in 5th place.
Hey, yeah, looking through the field, they're actually single file. This shows the patience these drivers have, and that's always a good thing to have because when you're patient, you have time to make moves, you have time to save your tires. But one thing that I'm seeing is that everybody's starting on this low line, so I'm expecting to see that they're saving tires. That's what I would guess right now, and later in this run, I think that's when we'll start to see more moves being made. See them all going to turn 3 right now. They're all almost right against that white line, maybe some half a groove up. But other than that, I mean, everybody's single file.
Yeah, they very are. And it goes to show is we have the access to seeing it back here. What y'all don't see over there as, the fan base goes is the I rating here. It shows how these guys do in official races. Most of these guys are, that at least in the top 5 anyway, upwards of almost 6,500 to roughly 6,000, somewhere in that range, which shows they're very patient in official races, so they aren't going to differ too much here. So just very patient drivers. A lot on the line here for some of these drivers. Some of them are just out here for the win. You look at someone like Ashton Crowder, Walker Thomas. These guys in the top 5, they're not in the chase for the championship. They're strictly out here for the win, and that's what they want, the win. That's all they have on the line.
Oh yeah, and it's always something good to have just in case there's another season. You always have that kind of momentum going into the next season, and that's why I would always try to go for the win. Try to win as many races as you can, not battling for the champion. Yeah. But as we're talking about this, we see that lead. It's shrinking.
It is indeed shrinking. 0.216 separating the top 2 right now. And we'll see now that drops to 0.183. It is very slowly but surely closing in 0.166. No surprise that it's Ashton Crowder in that 27 that is closing that gap. We expected to see him doing just that, and he is indeed closing the gap, so we'll zoom in on him just a little bit. As you can see, the front 2, Adam de Blasio, though, leading this race. He has now led, we'll take a look and see on that. He has led 7 laps. So he actually has led every lap here as we're on lap 8. So if you can get that bonus point for leading the most laps, that's going to help his chances at the championship. But I just don't think it's going to be enough to overcome a 12-point deficit.
Yeah, we got a nice battle back here for 4th, and it looks like Michael O'Hara is going to take it over Walker Thomas. Made a nice pass, but one thing that I'm kind of looking at right now is that we're 9 laps in, and I saw it around lap 7. You see cars are actually searching for more grooves. I saw a couple cars move up to that second groove in turn 3 and 4. As you see, there's a battle for 5th right now. Walker Thomas and Samuel Close, and these two, you see Michael on the Walker on the outside. You're going to carry a lot of momentum up there, but I feel like the inside has a little bit more grip through center, but then that exit just kind of kills you off if you're on the bottom.
Definitely is hurting them there a little bit. So let's go back here a little bit and check in with these guys. You got some good battles going on right back in here between the 31 of Dylan Roberts and the 28 of Ryan Dyson. That was a decent little battle going on. They've kind of faded out there just a little bit. Shane Terrian back there in 9th place right now. He is the one driver here that has a good shot, I think. He's only 5 points out of the lead from Michael Araya. However, right now, there's a huge gap. Michael Araya is up in 4th. He's in 9th, so 5-point difference. That would drop him another 10 or 5 points out to put him 10 behind. So they really need to flip that role here if he wants to have a shot at this championship.
Yeah, and off the start, Shane has gained 2 positions, and it's not easy to pass here. So it's not going to be like 10 laps for him to get through the field. It's going to take him multiple stops to even get. But you see him; he's being nice and calm. He's running his line, and he might be there at the end of the night. But like I said, these multiple grooves are coming in really fast. I just saw, I think it was before he was up on the 3rd groove, up in 1 and 2. So we have a battle for the lead though.
Yeah, we definitely do. We'll go up to the lead here as Ashton Crowder trying to take the lead. And will he at the line is the question. No, it's going to be Adam de Blasio in the 94 that will officially lead that lap. He's now led his 12th lap as we're on lap 13. Again, we still have a long way to go. Our stage will complete at the completion of lap 66. Halfway through this race. That is a long ways off, and we'll get your expert opinion on it here, Mikey, as the driver side of things. If you're a driver, you're at a Land Motor Speedway, keeping in mind that track temp was 112. It's up to 115 degrees now. This track is already hot. It's going to eat these tires up. How bad are you screaming for new tires right now?
Oh, I'd get new tires right away, even if just because if you have grip here, that's the main thing. If you have grip, you can pass, and that's going to be the main thing. Especially if you're not up in the lead or 2nd or 3rd, you're going to need those tires. So if you're around 5 to 10 laps, caution. I mean, my personal opinion, I would probably come in just have those extra fresh rubbers on. And I mean, as you see right now, these guys on the same tires, it's making it difficult to pass, and that's where multiple grooves coming in. But on the outside, you can carry more speed up there off the corner, so that's why you see them move up, and you're going to see them lose that bottom lane further and further into this run because of the lack of tires.
Yeah, it definitely is. And to answer the question from your dad there, is it a A-class race or a B? Everyone in here is a A-class. There is one B-class, so I believe they'll let anybody in. I'm not sure on what the restrictions are, but we have one B-class driver. The rest are A-class, but we also have Michael Fendelson and Ashton Crowder that are actually pro drivers, which means technically, if I'm not mistaken, they could qualify for the Peak Antifreeze Series. I'm not sure how that works, but if they're not in it, they are on their way to be in it possibly next season.
Yeah, so once you have your pro license, you actually can Antifreeze Series. One thing that's really, really cool about it is that you have to go through this huge, long series. I'm pretty sure it's trucks, and it's called Road to Pro. And once you complete it, that's how you get your pro license. And it takes a long time to do. But what I'm looking at right now, it looks like Ashton actually got the outside of Adam there. And this is going to be tough for Adam to keep the lead. Looks like he's going to... But he'll lead the lap, and it looks like he should get him here in turn 1.
Yeah, he did indeed lead it, but not by much, but he did lead it. So we'll see if he can maintain it. This is bad on both of them. Worse on the 94 right now. If he can hold him down there, that will wear his tires out even more. That is one thing that if you're on that outside that you can do to hurt your competitor without bumping him or rubbing him is pin him down where he doesn't want to be, or sometimes pin them up where they don't want to be. In this case, if you can pin them down to that bottom where they don't want to be, it means they're going to have to scuff those tires more to fight that car, and it's going to wear them out even more. And what that does is they have two options. They can keep scuffing those tires and wear out any rubber they have left, or they can do what it looks like the 94 did and let off just a little bit and let him go so he can get back into his groove and not completely destroy his tires.
Yeah, and that's more of an expert move right there. Rather than battling laps into the race, there's 133 laps. We don't even have 100 laps. We have more than 100 laps left. So there's a lot of time to get, and I think that was a really good move there by Adam. He recognized that there's time left in this race, so he gave him the position. And he obviously did not go down without a fight, but he at least saw that he'd be outside. He kind of checked up going into 1 and let him have it. But we got a good battle going back there for third between Michael Finlinson and Michael Larrera.
Yeah, so definitely two of our chase contender or playoff contenders, Finlinson and Larrera, battling right now for third position. And it looks like Michael Araya is going to get the bottom line here and make something happen. And not going to happen. You just have so much of a run coming off that corner. Even though the 14 of Michael Fendelson actually wiggled there just a little bit coming out of the corner, it didn't matter. It was still not enough for the 44 to take advantage of it. And, you talk about these tires getting worn out and being junk after a while. We're 22 laps in, caution-free, no surprise. These guys are very good at what they do. So I didn't expect to see a whole lot of cautions. Right about now, if we could talk to one of these drivers, they would probably be begging for someone to spin out so they could get fresh tires.
Yeah, and looking at the times for right now, Adam's first lap of the 36.6, and his fastest lap was on lap 2 with a 30.5. They're running 32.5s 20 laps into this run. That means that they've fallen off by almost 2 seconds. And that shows the tire wear at this track. It's insanely hard to keep the momentum throughout the corner just because the car's moving everywhere. You're hitting every bump. The wheel's moving on you. You can touch the gas and get loose, or you can hold it too long and get tight. And that's one challenge right now these drivers are facing. That's what makes it so hard to pass, especially when you're side by side. Just because when you're side by side, obviously, you either slide up the track or you spin. And I mean, it's very difficult to make passes here. And that's why when you saw you had to see Ashton go for the lead, he had to use that high side because that's the only way he can throughout the corner.
It definitely is. And I don't know, we're going to address it here. We're having some pixelation there on the stream. We're going to try to figure out what is going on with that. I'm not sure why it's doing it at certain sections of the race. So we're going to have to look into that. Hopefully we are not looking at a new graphics card, because that obviously is not what we want to do, but it may be in the cards for us here. As there gets a little pixelation there, but right now we're still watching this battle here between the 44 and the 14. They have not settled this just yet, as again Michael Araya is going to have to settle for 4th position, but really doesn't want to, as he wants to get up there, but he really has not a whole lot to lose. If he can just stay where he's at, I think he should be good, as long as Shane Terrian doesn't get up there and put too much of a pressure on him or get by him and he fall back any more than he is.
Oh yeah, but you got to look at it. Even though he can't really, Shane has moved up 3 positions to start, which pretty impressive. He's up to 8th place, and you want to gain as many positions as you can, because the most positions you have up, like if you're up in 3rd, it's better than 5th. You would rather have those extra 2. That's what he's thinking right now. Get as many points as I can to make sure I get this win. Lock up for the champion. That's all I can think of right now. That's why he's going really hard on that 14, that position, the high line, to see if he can get that momentum off the corner here.
Yeah, definitely. And got a question here for you. Kamikaze said, if you were to race almost perfect and clean while getting top 5 every race and race 10 to 15 times a day, how fast could you get a B class? Probably pretty fast.
Yeah. So, really, I think lower classes, there's a race hour, and good. I mean, most you'd probably end up getting is around 7 to 8. And, it takes a while to get to B class. It'd probably take around maybe, which is a lot more than it sounds. And it's pretty tough, but you just got to race clean, be nice and smooth, and and that's what you see these guys. You don't see them being over aggressive, trying to get past in the corner. They wait for the person in front of them to make a mistake to get outside of them or inside of them, and that's what the difference between a 6,000 iRating driver from a 1,000 iRating driver is, that you got to show patience. You got to be able to conserve, but also be fast at the same time. And as I'm looking right now, Adam maybe is closing in on our leader a little bit, and he's running the low line. He's never moved away from that white line, so we'll see the battle, see if maybe there might be a battle here for 1st place sooner or later.
Yeah, I'm definitely wondering if there will be here. And while we have these guys battling a little bit here, let's go back to Michael Araya here very quickly fast, and we're going to go to most of our graphics off the screen. Let's go just radio silent here for a minute. Let's go on board with Michael Araya for a lap or 2 and watch him try to run down Michael Flendelson here, as those are 2 chase drivers. So we're going to go silent here. We'll be right back in a lap or 2. We're just going to let you ride along here on lap 30 with these 2 chase drivers to see what it's like to go around this track. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here on lap 33. So we are halfway to the halfway point. caution-free thus far in the race. Of course, no surprise there. But we do have Jamie Dyson coming down pit road here. Walker Thomas is on pit road, had to back up though, and he's still having problems on pit road. He cannot get into his pit stall properly. Something going wrong there. It looks like there he is finally going to get a pit stop here. Adam de Blasio coming down pit road, so I'm guessing that they can probably make it about 33 to 35 laps on fuel.
Yeah, and also Walker had a little bit of a getting into pit road as well, so he's going to lose a lot of time off. But this might be a really smart move here for Adam. He short pit the leader, and he'll most likely inherit the lead if they stay out any longer. So we'll see where he comes out compared to Ashton. And Ashton's still on the track clocking times right now, so we'll see what's going to happen. Walker is exiting pit road, by the way, so he
definitely is. And we noticed Walker Thomas had an exact 30-second pit stop. That means he had a 15-second penalty and an exact 15-second pit stop, too. So, 15-second penalty. That obviously is either unsafe pit entrance or speeding on pit road. Either way, he was addressed a penalty, and here comes our leader down the pit road. That's going to give the lead to Michael Araya. So staying out here, again, we'll let you talk about it here for a minute too, but I don't think staying out here trying maybe to wait on a caution is too beneficial to you. These guys are too good to count on somebody wrecking. While it can happen, it rarely does.
Well, yeah, what they're looking at right now is, let's get as far as we can. We'll get tires, as you see. He got passed right away from Walker Thomas. That just shows how the tire difference is. But, I mean, it's almost 2.5 seconds each lap that compared to those guys. So what he's trusting right now is that he'll make that up during the see how it ends up affecting him.
Yeah, we'll see if he does. Michael Araya still staying out as he is currently the leader here, followed by Ryan Dyson and Bronson Stafford, who we haven't talked about much today. He was sitting in second place, or now third place now, as here comes Jamie Dyson to try to get one of his laps back, and he will do so if he can get up there to the leaders. Here comes Michael Araya down pit road. He has everything on the line here, as he is your championship leader coming into the race, and it looks like a good pit stop for him. So no issues here for him on pit road. But Ryan Dyson in that 28 is your current race leader.
Yeah, one thing I would like to point out right now is that by pitting a couple laps earlier than Ashton, Adam was almost 5 seconds ahead of him that last lap. That shows just by pitting a couple laps. If you see, Michael's coming out of the pits right now while the leader is exiting off too. So pitting early here for Adam was the right call, because he's almost the whole straightaway in front of the car behind him.
He is indeed. So it'll be, again, like you said, very interesting to see if he can pull out the win here. Looking at laps led, because of how this is all played out with the pit stops here, we do, of course, have Ashton Crowder, who has led 18, Adam de Blasio 16, Ryan Dyson 2, Michael Araya 2. We've had 4 different leaders in this race so far. So we'll pull up those race stats here for you. The fastest lap, 30.571. The average, 33.494. Because of those slower laps out there, your fastest mile per hour, 177.81. So that was all set by Adam de Blasio, who is sitting in third place right now. So that's why we wanted to pull that up. 0 cautions, 0 caution laps, and we've had 3 different lead changes here. So a lot of information there to absorb in, but Adam de Blasio, clearly the fastest driver out there.
Oh, yeah, I saw Bronson come in at the pits, and I'm not sure if Ryan has came in yet. It looks like he's still out there. These guys are going to lose a lot of time. Like I said, I think they believe that they can make it up, but it's going to be very difficult. It's all from Adam and Ashton. I mean, it's still almost a 4.5 second gap, so he's running them down a little bit, but take time, and we'll see further in this run to see if that was the right call for him.
It definitely will. Will it be the right call? Ryan Dyson, though, has not come down pit road, as it looks like Bronson Stafford, is coming down pit road now. He's leaving anyway, actually. But Ryan Dyson not coming down pit road. We're on lap 42, so we have just a handful of laps left before we get to that lap 66, and there goes the 10 of Robert Kenny. He will get his lap back the old-fashioned way of just passing the leader. The question is, will the rest of these guys get up there? Adam de Blasio, as we will take a look out here, there he is right there. He's coming out of the tri-oval right now in turn 1, whereas Ryan Dyson is on the backstretch, so he still has a little bit of a gap over him.
Yeah, but it's gonna be tough for him to come back from out for Ryan. Looks like he's gonna stay out again. So we'll see how this is gonna turn out for him. But he's leading as many laps as he can. Overall, it's not a bad thing. And the one thing that I really liked though was Adam's confidence there at short pit. Saw him; he gained so much position. He got a lot of track position out of it. Even though right now he's not leading the race, he should get the lead back. But as of right now, he's sitting really nice with about a 4-second gap over third place. So guys are spread out now, and this is where you got to focus the most, where you're going to be able to gain time and make passes.
Yeah, you definitely do. 5.0 seconds separating the first and second. Adam de Blasio trying to run him down. I'm not 100% sold on the fact that Adam de Blasio will catch Ryan Dyson before we get to the stage caution. This could be a real toss-up here. He may. Now it's down to 3.9 from 5. So there is a good chance he will catch him. I don't see why he wouldn't. But it's going to be a close one. We're going to be at lap 46. So, yeah, he's got 20 laps to do it here next time by. So I don't see why he wouldn't catch him. And he will regain the lead once again.
Yeah, I see him catching him here in the laps. Clocking almost 2 seconds better each lap. Yeah, that's a lot each lap. As you see, he's only about 20 car lengths behind him now. He should gain a lot here in 3 and 4 as you see Walker Thomas going past Ryan now. And here comes Adam, and it looks like he'll probably get him this next lap or so.
Yeah, I think he will too. And we've also got some drivers running him down. That's the 61. That is Bronson Stafford. He is the first car a lap down. And there he goes right there. Adam de Blasio will officially take over the lead. He is your new leader. And, of course, if Bronson Stafford can get by Adam, and he looks to be it, he will get back on the lead lap. Dylan Roberts, the only one that is not on the lead lap, and his pit stop was 60 seconds. We talked about Walker Thomas that had a 30-second pit stop, but we did not look to see what happened to Dylan Roberts in that 31 machine. However, he had actually right at a minute pit stop, so an extremely long time on pit road there.
Yeah, and I'm looking at a battle right now for 4th place. Lariah and Shane, nice battle back there, and I'm pretty sure the top 2 guys in points, so you might want to watch that battle there.
Yeah, we'll definitely jump back there. So, again, so much going on here, so much on the line right now. The question is, will our champion, or possible champion anyway, Michael Araya, win the race and the championship? Will Ashton Crowder come in here and upset the win and get this win here tonight? He has been proven a winner over and over again. Right now, though, Adam de Blasio has the win. So we're checking with all these guys, and right now they're really spread out here. But you got a nice little battle going on. It looks like between the 88, the 17, and the 26, Joshua Adams, Samuel Close, and Chuck Sweeting. As that's not a, they're not super close, but every once in a while they do get it together and have a nice little battle.
But yeah, that's the thing that you need, especially if you're that third car in line. If those 2 guys start battling ahead of you, that's your time to get ahead of them, as you see right now. It's like they're side by side, Samuel, Joshua here, and it looks like a little bit behind here, but a nice clear there. But he's going to try to take the outside and see if he can get him back. But Here comes Chuck. Chuck has a nice run coming on the.
He definitely does, and he will get by him to officially take the position. And let's go up here. Let's check in once again with the 28 of Ryan Dyson, who, considering all things, still in 4th place, even though he has not come down pit road. So clearly they can make it more than 33 so laps on fuel, as he's been out there 51 laps and has not been down pit road yet. So it is very clear that they can make many laps of fuel. They probably can make it all the way to the 60 lap mark. So very surprising here that he chose to stay out. I would imagine, and we'll get your opinion on that as the racer side of things, that was a strategy move to lead some laps.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely not a bad move. You need to lead the laps, go out there and lead them. A lot of laps led from it, and it's a really good move on his part. But now this is the worst part of it. Backing around place, I think 5th now, and you got some old tires, and you're just hanging for as much as you can, seconds slower. It's not easy for him, but he believes in it, and if believes he can do it, I mean, it's definitely possible. It's going to be really, really tough for him, but because without tires here, it's very, very hard to keep control of this car. So he's doing a great job, and he has that car in 6th place now, but can make it. If he can make it all the way, that's really impressive.
Definitely. I kind of figured they would go that far. I was more shocked that we had these guys come down early than him not coming down, but I had figured they could make it to the end of this race, or end of the stage anyway, on one set of tires. Most of these guys just don't want those tires probably. They are just absolutely sick of having all the wear on those tires. Wanted to get down and get some fresh tires there, but we'll look here. There is the battle for the lead. Adam de Blasio and Ashton Crowder. Crowder once again trying to get this lead on the outside, and I think he may have it.
He was almost 5 seconds back, and newer tires really helped him. He pitted around 5 or 6 laps after him. He had that high side working there. It looks like he will. There's a lap car in the way, but not really going to affect them that much here. They're side by side in 3 and 4. It's really, really tight here, but it looks like Adam is still there. But I think, yeah, Ashton got it there, and be able to keep it here with fresher tires. Adam's not going to give up though. He's going to look back inside. I'm not sure if he'll.
Yeah, they've got 2 laps difference on their tires, 20 versus 22. All he's got to do is hold it here for the next 5 laps, and we will be at the end of the stage at the completion of lap 66. So we'll see. It's a very interesting question. If he'll be able to hold it off is the question. He definitely has the fast enough car. He has not led the most laps, but that is only because de Blasio was leading. Now that he's back in, he could potentially get the stage win here. If he can just, again, hold off the next 3 laps.
Yeah. And one thing that I'm looking at right now, even though the stage is ending, we got a car around. Walker Thomas.
Walker Thomas going around. Let's go back and look. And that will bring us to the stage caution. I don't know. That one, I said 3 laps. That'd be 60. We were going to 63 or 66. So let's go back and take a look. I do not believe that is going to be our stage caution. I don't believe we were quite close enough to it for them to count that as the stage caution. We are going to have to clarify that. I'm going to have to go chat with race controllers. Right there, gets it loose. May have had a little contact, but he definitely got loose, I believe, too. And they are splitting him right down the middle. He will try to get that car back going once again. So we will go back to live here. And give us just a minute. We're going to go radio silent here. We're going to go see if they are going to count this as the stage caution, or if they are going to go racing again and then come back out. I would be willing to bet this is going to be it. So give us just a minute. We'll find out, and we will relay that information to you as you watch Pit Stops here. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and had to go confirm with race control before we just spouted it out there. But it is official. This they will go green, so we're gonna have like about a 4-lap shootout, and then the caution will come out again for the stage. So this is not the stage caution. They will indeed have another caution. It was just too far away. Had it gone through the actual stage, they would have counted it, but since it's not going to lap 66 or beyond during this caution, and they will go green again before lap 66, it does not count as a stage caution, so we will have that caution coming up here on lap 66 still.
Yeah, and this will be a really good restart here. Now they got fresh tires, but going back to the caution, though, it looked like Walker got a little bit loose coming off the corner. It sounded like he let off and Adam got into him, but this is really going to hurt Adam de Blasio. He has a good amount of right front damage. You saw him pit stops. He came out a little bit further back trying to repair that damage. So hopefully it doesn't hinder his performance too bad, but going to this restart here, now they're all on fresh tires. We'll see if Ashton, what he's going to pick here, because saw the high line prevail on the initial restart. So think you would want to take the high side here?
If I'm him, I'm thinking I would want to too. As we'll see there, they're going to get the green flag to start lap 62. I want to go wherever I can get the most grip at this point. That is definitely would be my strategy. And this is going to be interesting too, because look who's on the second row here for the restart. Michael Lariah and Shane Terrian, first and second in the point standings right now, side by side. How bad would it be? Hopefully this doesn't happen, but how bad would it be if them two race each other, get together, and if they did, that could spell a good news for the two behind them trying to get in there that are 12 and 13 points behind. Is Shane Terrian having some connection issues there as well. So this could get very interesting with these two side by side with each other.
Yeah, and right now I kind of like where Shane is. He gets a really decent restart here. He can capitalize on that high side, and maybe if he gets even a really, really good restart, he might be able to get around Michael to move up to second. So it's going to be very interesting what's going to happen here as pace car drops off and they're about to take the green.
They are indeed. Pace car back on pit road. Green flagging out. We're racing once again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This track is back down to 113 degrees as it cooled off 2 degrees during that caution. So we expect to see that track temp go back up once again. Didn't even see what the hottest still as it got. But we expect to see it go up. And already they're getting single file out. You got to go back here to about Ryan Dyson before you see the first double wide. Or 2 wide.
Yeah, I think that caution really helped him because he's on really, really old tires. So going a lap down, now he's back up to 7th, battling for 7th. See if he'll gain that position. So overall, it's a good call, but like Michael looked under Ashton there for the not going to get it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get it either. We'll just be waiting to see how it all plays out. They're 3 wide back here in the back. And is that going to work out or not? As Adam de Blasio, Bronson Stafford, and the 11 of Jamie Dyson, somehow they make it work going 3 wide here at Atlanta. I did not think that was going to end too well, as they definitely were very close to having contact.
Yeah, definitely holding my breath there. That was a super, super close, but what a move by Michael. Moves up to still under fire and not giving up exactly, but Raya with a nice move on the outside.
They definitely putting on the moves here. Can he get the lead is the question, as they both have to get up to Crowder if they want to lead this race. It's the battle of the Michaels. Michael Lariah, Michael Fendelson, side by side. It's going to be Lariah that takes second place. Now he has got his hands cut out for him to get to Ashton Crowder. Those two, probably the most winningest drivers here, Ashton Crowder and Michael Lariah, have always, when both of them were here, you really just don't know who's going to win. However, Michael Finlayson too.
Yeah, and we saw Shane there. He dove it in really hard trying to get that. Now he has the outside, and he might be able to clear him here. It's going to be close, but he barely cleared him into 3 happen here.
Yeah, he did barely clear him. And again, that just goes to show how good these guys are, that they can, push those limits as far as they can and still make it work. As caution comes out once again, and that is the stage caution right there. So nothing to go back and watch to. Ashton Crowder going to be your stage 1 winner here tonight. So we are going to step away here, take a quick commercial break. We'll let you know if and who comes down pit road, what's going to happen, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I am Thermaltake. Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Low.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here as we are still under caution. They are on the back stretch. Lights are off. We are going green this time by. We will start lap 71 while they're on the back stretch here coming into turn 3. Let's go ahead and pull up some track facts here before we go green. Obviously, 4 turns, 1.51 miles, 133 laps, 201 miles is what they have to race here. Track temp 113 degrees, air temp 85 degrees, 2-mile-per-hour wind out of the north. A very, very hot night here tonight, or day is it? It's a day race here for them, so that will do it for the track facts. A green flag is back in the air. We are racing here once again at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and Ashton Crowder, it's a huge jump, but everybody behind him still bunched up here as they're going 2 and 3 wide.
Yeah, Michael definitely spun his tires there. And, this was a moment here for clear him for second, which it looks like he will. This is big for him to second, and if there's a mistake from the first place car, but even though it's really high, sometimes there are mistakes. If there is a mistake, he's going to be the one to capitalize on it. So I like his position. But as we see, we got a nice battle back there for Michael and Michael going at it again.
Definitely do. And, we want to update here is while we're doing this, we're also diagnosing some issues we have. We love to bring everyone the highest quality product we can here at VRN. Some of you may not notice it or even care. Probably you just enjoy the racing, and we're glad you do. But there is that pixelation that's coming in every once in a while. We don't want that. We want it to look as good as possible. And we have somewhat narrowed that down. We think we're having a heat issue with our M.2 drive that is, quite frankly, the only way to put it, getting hot enough I could probably cook a hot dog on it or an egg. So it is extremely hot. I think that's what is causing that pixelation as it just started. So we're going to look into that after tonight's second race. But just to update everyone, we are working on it in case anyone has noticed it. Jimmy. That being said here, ever since this caution came out, they have not got quite as spread out as they were last time. Everybody's really bunched up here together, and we got some really good racing going on here, especially back here with Joshua Adams, Samuel Close, and even the 31 of Dylan Roberts as he is back on the lead lap. Everybody on the lead lap except for Shane. There you go, Shane Terrian blinking out. I thought he was a lap down. But everyone on the lead lap right now.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that goes under these guys' minds is that that could have been the last caution. You never know if there's going to be another caution. So this is the time to gain as many positions as you can, which, as you see, we got a nice battle back here for 8th between Roberts and Samuel Close. And so you got to gain every position that you it's very tough, like I said, very tough to pass here with old tires. Shane was able to grab those positions early. That was really, really good for him because now he's got 3 positions on Michael Araya, and it may help him in the championship points. You never know.
Yeah, it very well could, and we'll see how it all plays out. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think any bonus points are going to play into the race here. They may. I'm not 100% sure on that because it is the last race. But I'll have to clarify that if we get a chance to or not. But we are on lap 77 of 133. Of course, that means we are over the halfway point now. So if they can make it, we know they can make it at least 60 laps on fuel, or 66, I would imagine, somewhere in there. So I would expect to see them. Of course, this is coming from these guys who pitted at lap 33-ish in there. But I would expect them to probably divide this in half and make one pit stop just because they want those tires.
I definitely would too. Seeing that how Ryan's strategy went, it wasn't too bad. But as you saw, he got a, even though he didn't pit and everybody else did, he did get past for the lead and fell back pretty good ways. So that means that the only option is to split it, where you want to split it up, because every lap will matter. So I'm not really sure where exactly they're going to pit at. But if I were them, I want going to be around the second or third one to pit, just because of how Adam de Blasio, as you saw, he's the first one in, but then Ashton caught right back up to him. So having those tires are really good. And speaking of Adam de Blasio, got to give him a nice shout out here, because he started in the back 2 restarts ago. Now he's up to 4th, battling for 3rd.
Yeah, it definitely is. And we got him talking about Chad. Yeah, the M.2 drives, if you're not familiar with them, they are a lot faster, but they do get a lot hotter. And we just think that is the case here. So we are, again, later tonight, we'll rip that out and put our Windows on a secondary hard drive. We have like 10 of them hooked up, but we'll put it back on our regular SSD, and I think that'll fix our problem. I think it's just getting too hot, and it is, of course, where iRacing is installed. So we will swap that out and put it back on a different hard drive. Hopefully solve that issue. We'll see. But right now, Ashton Crowder with a huge 1.5 second lead over this field. He has now led 44 laps of this race. He's led 20 more laps than Adam de Blasio, who is in 4th place right now, battling side by side with Michael Fendelson. But he has recovered quite nicely after having a huge catastrophe twice on pit road.
Oh, yeah, and also he was involved in that incident that brought out the caution that was contact-wise. So if you look, you can kind of see splitters dragged off the ground a little bit, but he's doing a great job of it. He's keeping the car. It doesn't look like it's handling bad. Definitely has good speed. So he's actually running the low line really well. He's actually able to almost get almost the same acceleration off the corner. He just needs to get that high line above him, and it looks like he's going to go for it here.
Yeah, I think he is, and we'll see. We're going to go back. Let's go through our top 5 right now and let you know who is where's. We'll pull the top 5 up onto your top screen there real quick. As of lap 82 completed, your top 5 do belong to Ashton Crowder in the 27, the 38 of Shane Terrian, the 14 of Michael Fendelson, the 94 of Adam de Blasio, and the 44 of Michael Araya. Why I wanted to pull this up right now is for a very important reason. Look at your top 5 right now after 83 laps. Ashton Crowder, a dominant driver that wins a lot. He's out front. Behind him, a playoff driver. Another playoff driver, and yet the 4th and final playoff driver. So you have someone who's not in the chase but wins a lot, followed by 4 chase playoff drivers, whatever you want to call them, sitting in 2nd through 5th. So a non-chase driver actually outdoing these chase drivers right now by a little bit here, but it is showing that these guys are in the top 5, so there's a reason they're in the chase.
Oh yeah, and consistency is key. If you can be really consistent throughout the season and carry the same momentum, you're gonna be really good. And top 5 is not bad. If you get a top 5, that's a good day.
Yeah, it definitely is. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, but getting bonus points is actually really crucial. You could finish 3 positions behind a guy and still get the same amount of points as him. So getting bonus points is very crucial, and see how it turns out.
Yeah, we'll definitely be waiting to see how it turns out. And watching back here a little bit, they're starting to get spread out here as we're on lap 86. We are closing in on lap 100 very quickly, which means we will have 33 laps to go before you know it. Still a little battle going on between the 14 and the 94 of Michael Fendelson and Adam de Blasio, but not enough that I would say that battle is warrant staying right there to watch. And this is interesting because 4th place is your leader coming into tonight. That is Michael Araya. And while he's the farthest back of the drivers in the playoff here, the chase, to win this championship, they do not have enough people in front of him that they can pass him. So they definitely would like to see something happen and him fall back quite a bit so they can pass him.
Yeah, you can't really control how drivers races guys dealing ahead of them, and I mean that they got him right now in 5th, and it looks like they're actually kind of pulling away a little bit. But if I were them, they're in really good position. Like I said, you just want to gain as many positions as you can without ruining the car.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to ruin the car. There's the 14 gets a little wiggly. The 94 right on his back bumper was right behind him, so he had to check up as well. And here comes Ryan Dyson. He is going to come down pit road here on lap 89.
Yeah, and he's going to try to short pit here, and he's going to try to gain as much time as he can. It might not be right at the end of the run, but as of right now, it's going to out of it. But we got looks like Adam Michael for those 3rd place right there.
Yeah, it definitely is. So we'll see. He's going to come out, and he will go a lap down as there goes Ashton Crowder. He will get by him. So Ashton Crowder still the leader, and he will put Ryan Dyson 1 lap down. Shane Terrian behind him. Shane Terrian, who is having some connection issue here. He has had several connection issues here today. He's been blinking in and out, but he always manages to come back. And meanwhile, while we were watching Ryan Dyson come down for his 3rd pit stop here, Adam Blasio did finally get by Michael Fenlison, and now he is hunting down that 39 of Shane Terrian, trying to pass him. If he can get by him and get to the lead, he may pass him for 3rd in the point standings.
Yeah, like you said, gain as many as you can.
I think Mikey may having some mic issues there. Keeps cutting out on him. But he is going to reconnect here, I'm sure, as he didn't lose connection, so he'll be back. As he moved to AFK for the moment, he's going to try to get that sorted out. But having a little bit of a connection issue, hopefully we'll get him back there. That mic just cutting out on him just a little bit. But going through this field very quickly, so just to let everyone know who is where at the moment. We'll run through your drivers here tonight. We'll let you know where the top 10 started and where they're at the moment, as we are going to get Mikey back in here real fast. All right, Mikey, you back?
All right, you got a copy?
All right, that is much better there. We got you loud and clear, as we were just about to run through our top 10 here on lap 93. Right now, Ashton Crowder, his highest position has been 1st. We don't have a lowest for him. I'm not sure why it's not picking it up, but he started 1st, and he is currently in 1st. You go back to Adam de Blasio, currently in 2nd. He's been as high as 1st, and he is currently sitting in, slowest, is 12th, sitting in 2nd place. Michael Fenlison started 4th, has been as high as 2nd, and he's in 3rd right now. 4th place is the 44 of Michael Araya. He's been as low as, well, I'm not sure that's not saying, but started in 5th, and he has been as high as 1st here tonight. And in 5th place is going to be the 31 of Dylan Roberts. In that 31 machine, he is in 5th place right now. Started 8th, low as 14th, and he currently is at a high of 5th, and that's exactly where he's at right now.
Yeah, and then see back in 6th we have Sammy Close. He's had a nice race, and he's sneaking up there. And like I said, we have Chuck Sweeting 8th. Walker Thomas has a nice rebound from that earlier wreck. And then actually coming out of the pits right now, we have Shane Terry. He short pitted these guys. That might help him, and he might gain a couple positions out of that. He's going for a championship, and he lost a position, and he went in the pits right away. Great move by in there. And I think we have Joshua Adams in 9th. Running out top 10 would be Bronson Stafford.
Yeah, it is, and hopefully Shane Terrian's connection holds up. This is the most we've seen him blink since this season started. He has been known to blink here and there, but not usually quite as bad as it is right now. So hopefully he can get that sorted out here tonight. But we are currently on lap 97, which means we are 4 laps away from hitting the 100 lap mark, and then it will be 33 laps to go. So not very many laps to go, which it's we hate to see the season end, but we do have another broadcast as well to get to that starts in an hour and a half. So we'll be lucky or be happy that it has gone as caution-free as it has. Only the few cautions we've had. But, it's still kind of bittersweet. You're always glad to give your voice a rest, but at the same time, the season is over. We have to wait till, I believe, January or February before we get to come back and race, broadcast this season again.
Yeah, these guys will be practicing, though. They're all really good. They all race a lot, so you guys definitely get a lot of practice on the off-season, but so far this season has been really good for them, and looking at it right now, Ashton still has a nice comfy lead over Adam. Adam is just a little bit quicker at the moment, but we're looking at the end of or the starting of pit stops here. Sooner or later, saw Samuel Close come in, and like I said, also Shane Terrian also came in, which that's a move right there that you got to make when you're getting passed in those positions. You got to be the first one to pit. So we'll see if he gains any time.
Yeah, and it looks like Chuck Sweeting just went down pit road for 6.6 seconds. I'm not sure if he lost connection or if he just left the sim. I know you have access to let us know on that. Can you see if he manually disconnected or did he lose connection there?
He manually disconnected.
Very interesting. So came down pit road 6.6 seconds and then manually disconnected. So calling it quits here tonight. We're going to go to Michael Araya, who is coming down pit road here to get 4 tires and fuel. This will be their last pit stop of the night. Walker Thomas coming down as well as Robert Kenny coming down. So this will be their last stop, and right now this is very crucial here as the 18 of Walker Thomas has to back up on pit road. We're really going to have to watch Adam de Blasio, though, as he has had difficulties on pit road all night. Hopefully they do not happen because he is running second place right now.
Yeah, and he might do the same thing that I did earlier. I mean, I'd rather be the first one to pit, but because of where he is right now, he has to be the first. And last time he did it, Ashton ended up catching him, but if we go right now, I mean, he only has about 32 laps to catch him. So if I was Adam, I would want a short pit, but again, he's I think it's about 1.8 seconds behind, so he's not too far behind, but it might be enough to gain him the lead. Depends if he can keep it or not on the older tires after pit stops are over.
Yeah, definitely something we'll have to watch. The question is, will the 28 of Ryan Dyson come down pit road? It looks like, I thought there for a minute the 94 to Adam de Blasio was setting himself up to come down pit road as he was very low in the apron, and that's the key. It's not going to be too big of a factor here, but you have to get yourself set up for coming down pit road, as obviously you don't want to be all the way in the outside lane on any track. You want to get it down low so that it's just a matter of transitioning off into pit road. That way you can slow up and you can kind of hang it out there a little bit longer. But there he is now, Adam de Blasio coming down pit road as it looks like he gets into the grass, and that may give him an unsafe pit entrance.
Yeah, and I saw him hit the cone as well. That may not be good for him as we see him down pit road right now. When he enters his stall, we'll be able to see if he gets a penalty or not for that. He may get lucky and not, but other than that, that does not look good for Adam. He is getting right some less, and we'll see if there's any extra added time after.
Yeah, we're just going to watch him for just a minute as there go the left side tires. And if he gets a penalty, and I believe he is getting a penalty, 19 seconds, 20 seconds, 22 seconds, he indeed did receive a penalty there, as nobody's going to sit there for 28 seconds. And there it is, 131.1 seconds. So indeed, hitting that cone did give him an unsafe pit entrance, and he will serve another penalty on pit road as Ashton Crowder is on pit road now. That is not what he wanted to see on the last pit stop.
Yeah, and he was the one person that I think later in the runs that actually had something for Ashton, and I think that was going to be really big for him, is that if he can get this lap and get ahead of him, which he did, and I thought he was going to be fine, but it looked like he just, when he came off the track onto the apron, he was carrying way too much speed, and about 200 feet before it, he was still going around 70, so definitely really, really tough to get slowed down, especially at this track. If you think the track is bad at Atlanta, the apron is about 3 times worse, especially exiting as well. Exiting pits is really tough. And, everybody looks at pit stops and thinks, oh, they're easy, it's got to go into the pit lane. But they're really, really tough. You got to watch out for not locking them up going in. And, sometimes it happens. And tonight's just not been a good night for him.
Yeah, and the thing with, too, to add to that is what some people don't realize, too, is I don't know if this track is particularly one of them, but some of these tracks, it's just like the real-life counterpart. You may be running an asphalt track or a concrete track, or most likely it's asphalt, and the pit road is concrete. So you're running 2 different racing surfaces, and to go off of asphalt track where it's really hot, grippy, and then to go to a concrete pit stall, that is when you usually see these guys sliding through their pit stalls. It's those contrasting surfaces that can really come back and bite you.
Yeah, definitely, and there's many tracks that are like that. The pit roads are really, really different from how the actual track is, and depending on what your brake bias is set to, it will affect the way that your car will brake going in. And a lot of tracks like Martinsville is really, really tough, just because you have to set your brake bias for the corners, but also you have to make sure you're good entering pit road. And sometimes you use a little bit of brake at the 1.5 miles, but I wouldn't say too much. Your brake bias doesn't depend on it. But looking after pit stops here, it looks like Therian will actually gain the lead.
That looks to be it. While he does have older laps, he has 15 compared to everyone, so be interesting to see if he get it. He has had serious connection issues all night, been blinking in and out, but still been a contender here. If that had been Super Speedway, that could get real ugly here, but it's not a super speedway. It's not about drafting with anyone, hanging with anyone in a draft. It's just about being fast, and he is definitely that here tonight. While he hasn't led any laps here, he definitely has been a contender, and it looks like you're right. He probably will take the lead when these guys come down, if these guys come down at all. As we go up to our race leader, we'll pull up your race stats here again. The fastest lap now belongs to Ashton Crowder with a 30.503. So he just topped Adam de Blasio with that 30.539 that he received earlier. Fastest lap now 178, so a mile per hour faster. Still only 2 cautions. One of those, of course, was the stage caution. 6 different lead changes. But because of the cautions and because of how worn out these tires get, we're over 3 seconds slower. So our average lap time is 33 seconds, where the fastest is 30. So 3 seconds slower on our average time than our fastest.
Yeah, and then looking right now, Shane actually short pitted really, really early, and he's running 32.5s already in this run, while Michael, who's about 2-ish seconds behind him, is running 31.7. So he is much faster right now, and I believe he will catch him. But looking back at Ashton, though, Ashton's about 9 seconds back in seventh, but he's gaining almost 2 to 1.5 seconds each lap. So not really sure if just because stayed out a little bit longer than everybody else, but he lost a lot of time, but he is catching really, really quickly.
Yeah, he definitely is. Those newer tires are paying off very well for him here tonight, even though he is having those blinking issues here. And we are in the closing laps here. We're on 1:14 of 133. So right there, we now have, I believe it is 19 laps to go if my math is correct. So 19 to go here in the race. It is Joshua Adams that is leading this race, and we haven't had too big of a chance here. So before we get into those very closing laps, while there's not a whole lot going on the track right now, well, let's say that we'll wait and watch this battle for the lead, and it's not much of a battle. There go the front two getting by first place. So Joshua Adams on those old tires isn't even going to let that be a battle. So we'll go up to the front two, as looks like now, never mind, Michael Fenlison's going to get by the 39 of Shane Terrian very quickly.
Yeah, that was definitely a good strategy there by Shane. So it most likely, if this goes green, it won't work out. But, he definitely tried something different, and really good call by him. I like the idea of short pit. Definitely try to do it. But the main guy that they need to watch out for, he was 11 seconds behind after he pitted. He's actually right behind him now is Ashton Crowder. He's looking very fast right now.
He definitely is. So we'll be watching that. While we're watching your leader here, though, while we have a moment with not a whole lot going on the track, we are going to step away here for our last commercial break of the night, and we will be right back. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with our last commercial break of the night. Unless we get a caution, then of course we would step away for one. Let's give you something to watch there under the caution. We're going to go ahead and bring your information back onto the screen, as it is Michael Fendelson, your race leader. And we didn't want to leave that lead while we were away on that commercial break, as we went non-stop here, because look who is right on the back bumper. The 27 of Ashton Crowder. He has led 69 laps tonight, and I don't see why he doesn't want to lead a 70th lap or more, as he is trying to get by that 14 of Fendelson. That is 16 laps versus 20 laps on those tires. I think he'll probably get by him pretty easy here.
I wouldn't say easy, because it's going to be a big battle here for the win. Michelson right now. But, on the high side, he may have a chance. But other than that, I think the tire battle here. I mean, Ashton, obviously, fresher tires. If he gets outside of him, I mean, he got him. But, see, he's blocking that outside. Michael, let's see what's going to happen here. Really close.
He's definitely putting the blocks on here, and that's what you got to do sometimes, as you've got to defend your real estate. Obviously, there's a very fine line between blocking and defending what you have and wrecking. He's not wrecking 27. He's merely defending what is his and what he wants to keep as his. So, contrary to belief, a lot of people will tell you blocking is bad. Don't block. Well, how else do you defend your property except for blocking? It's for a racer, it's no different than you're watching a sporting event. You have blockers. That's what they do. You protect your main asset. And, football, it's the quarterback. Basketball, it's whoever's shooting. So in this case, your asset is yourself and your position, and that's what he's got to do is block to try to hold on to that position. But I don't think it's going to matter. Here goes the 27 as he is going to get by him, and he will lead his 70th lap here in just a few moments, possibly. But here comes the 14 back to the inside.
Yeah, I think Michael could have had it there, but got a little bit loose. Yeah, I think that kind of just took the momentum away, but that was a great try there. He's still under him, but I believe Ashton with the fresher tires will be able to pull away now. But great battle there from Michael Finlayson. Yeah, definitely a really good run tonight, and it's not over. It could be a caution, or Ashton can make a mistake. I mean, it's possible. Lurking right behind him is Michael Laraya. He's actually not too far behind him either.
He is not too far behind him. So anything is very possible here tonight as we see a car coming slow as Joshua Adams coming down pit road. We know they should be able to make it, I think, here as that was Joshua Adams, the 88, going a lap down, coming down pit road. Some of these guys have very old tires on there. Look back at Jamie Dyson, 56 laps on that set of tires, compared to Ashton Crowder, 21 laps. We have less than 10 to go, if my math is correct. Yeah, that would be correct. So less than 10 to go. So be very interesting to see. Normally we have that set to 20 laps to count down, but we forgot to put that in there in this new build. We will get it in there. But less than 10 to go. Ashton Crowder out front. He's led the most laps, and I think he'll probably lead that last lap unless something drastic changes.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, it's just, like I said, it was just tires and who had better tires. And so, I mean, he was able to use the low line to even pass him. But Michael on the high side was actually able to race him for a couple laps, and I believe if he wouldn't have that little mistake on the exit there, he actually might have had a chance at even doing a nice crossover move. It's really tough to do here at Atlanta. Atlanta's not the easiest track to get around, like I said, but once you can get on that high line and work it, you'll be pretty good, and you can carry a lot of momentum off. And like I said, he is not too far back. If he does make a mistake, he's there to capitalize. But at this point, I don't think Ashton will make a mistake.
Yeah, I don't think he will either. And to the comment that was put in there, friend, I don't know if it's a friendly comment, if you're friends with him or not, but we cannot allow that in chat, so we have to get rid of it, whether it's a friendly jab at a friend or not. It could start chat wars, and we do not like that. As the 14 is getting a bit loose there, and that may be exactly what Michael Laraya is going to need to try to get by him. But Michael Laraya doesn't really have much to do. He's really just kind of battling or hanging in there for the championship.
Yeah, and he's doing a really good job right now, and he's not really made any mistakes, which is the good thing. But Michael Finlayson, he's definitely driving the wheels off that right now. If I was him, I'd try to just kind of keep it toned down here. There's about 3 laps to go. He's pretty much got second locked up if he can run some good laps here. But I wouldn't count out Michael Laraya. He's right behind him.
Yeah, it definitely is. And again, we're talking right now 3 laps to go between Michael Laraya getting the championship. Good news is we won't have to pull him to the booth separately, as he looks like he's going to be in a podium finish anyway. Unless Dylan Roberts has something to say about that, but doesn't look like he's going to. It is 2 laps to go for Ashton Crowder, and he's going to try to get by the 11 there, who is currently 1 lap down now. Just put Jamie Dyson a lap down and had to fight to get by him.
Oh, yeah, and, he's not going to give up lap easy, but it looks like Michael's going to get around him, and not really sure, but Michael caught a lot of time there from that lap car, so he's right there, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it, but he definitely has a nice run right now. see if maybe he can capitalize on something here. He's getting really, really close, but like I said, he does have a little bit older tires. I don't think he's going to be able to get him here. But final corner, and he's not too far behind. See if he makes a move.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, this is your final lap, 1 to go, presented by Northwest Racing Series. Ashton Crowder just moments away from putting it in victory lane, and we will do it. He's going to put it in the grass, celebrating early. Or the 14 was there, celebrating maybe the season being over, possibly getting a second place finish in the points, second place finish in the race. This season is done, but what a season it's been. Just overall an outstanding season here so far. But before we head on over to the post-race show, got to go through your unofficial race results. So we'll go ahead and pull those up really quick. Coming away with the win here tonight is going to be the 27 of Ashton Crowder. Second place will go to the 14 of Michael Laraya. Third place will go to the 44 of Finlayson in second place. Third place will be the 44 of Michael Laraya. Fourth place will be the 31 of Dylan Roberts. Fifth place will be the 38 of Shane Terrian. In sixth place will be the 94 of Adam de Blasio. And seventh place will be the 18 of Walker Thomas. Eighth place is 61 of Bronson Stafford. Ninth place will be the 10 of Robert Kinney. 10th place will be the 28 of Ryan Dyson. 11th place will go to the 17 of Samuel Close. 12th place will be the 11 of Jamie Dyson. 13th place will be the 88 of Joshua Adams. And rounding out the fields here tonight, in 14th will be the 26 of Chuck Sweeting. That will do it here for your unofficial race results. We will be right back here momentarily with your post-race show, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back in just a few moments. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here with your post-race show after a great season and a great race here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Coming in third place here tonight is going to be Michael Araya, and I believe, unofficially anyway, should have the championship. I don't know. We'll have to get confirmation on that. I'm not sure if they've informed you yet or not, but overall, before we worry about that, you started fifth. You got as high as first, finished in third place here tonight. So overall, what was your race like, and what was this season like, whether you do or do not get the championship, which I think you will?
Well, I was able to get the championship. I finally got one in Upper Edge. It's been a long time coming. I've had really good seasons in the Cup car for the past 3 years, and the first season back in 2016, I had an incredible year, 7-win season, but by the last round in the playoffs was a disaster for me, and that cost me the championship that year. So I kind of joked to myself, I was like the Mark Martin of this league for such a long time. I've been able to do a lot of stuff, but I wasn't able to get that championship, and finally got it done tonight. But it's been a hell of a season for not only myself, but just the guys I've been battling all year round. If you just look at our stats, it's incredible how many top fives and top tens that we got all year, and it's definitely an honor and a privilege to race Michael, Shane, and Adam. They're really good competitors, and you learn a lot racing against those guys. They're really savvy drivers, and you only get better just by being with them. But I as far as the night, it was definitely just a solid night overall. I didn't want to do anything stupid, but I had that one restart there where I really spun the tires bad, and luckily Michael was on the ball and he didn't get into me there. I was able to collect it, but overall is just trying to stay within that top three, and I knew it was really essential to get max stage points, and I was able to do that. So after that, the rest of the race, I was just taking it easy and just biding my own pace, and it worked out.
Well, it definitely worked out for you. You get third, but you get the championship here for the first time. Definitely awesome to be here for your first championship. That being said, you don't just have sponsors and shout-outs for the for third place, but also for the championship. So who would those be here for tonight and for this season?
Of course, I got to give a shout-out to Profile Machine Products for being on board my car for my whole Upper Edge career and sponsoring the league for the past few years. They've given us a ton of support to make things happen. And I also got to thank Lowe's and Autolite for being on board my car. And, of course, I got to give a shout-out to Flat Out Motorsports, my teammates Grant Davis, Bradley Burke, and then Adam de Blasio. Those guys, I've been with them ever since I joined Upper Edge, and we have such a good relationship, just practicing and everything, and it's so much fun racing with those guys and being on that team. Also, I gotta thank Ryan for putting on the league. It's you don't know it until you're actually looking at things and making things happen for a league, but a lot goes into it, and he does an amazing job with just putting everything together, marketing wise, website, and even things, just like scheduling our races. So big thanks to him for putting it on, and this could be our last Cup season for a while in the league. So it does feel good to cap it off, knowing that this could be it for a long time, if not ever, for Cup cars and Upper Edge.
Oh, definitely, whether we're here next season for Cup cars or whatever car it may be, we are going to be glad to be back next season. Get a little bit of a break from it, so we'll definitely take that break and regroup, get ready for our Season 2 with them. We got a lot of stuff coming here for VRN as well, so we're looking forward to debuting that stuff here. So again, congrats on third place and the championship here tonight. A great season, or a great end to a great season for you. But finishing one spot ahead of him, that is going to be the 14 of Michael Finlayson. You finished in second place here tonight, and you led, I think you led some laps there. If we did look, yes, 9 laps. I knew you led some. Started fourth. You were as high as first, of course. Not seeing, it didn't show us what your lowest position was, but overall, you came in here, I believe, fourth in points. Not sure where it all shook out in the end. May possibly have been a third place finish in the points. So, regardless, you came into the final four and were battling for that championship. Just came up a little bit short this season. So, that being said, same question. How was this race overall? How was this season? And are you looking forward to coming back next season to get the championship?
Yeah, first off, congrats to Michael Araya on the championship. It's been a long and hard-fought season for all of us, and that Final Four was pretty, really stout, having us four battle for the championship and 3 really grueling racetracks to finish off the season and decide a true champion. So I just wanted to say congrats to him. Congrats to Ashton on the win tonight. Tonight was very hard-fought. I don't think I fell back anywhere worse than fourth. I was struggling early on at that last run. I felt like I was a lot better than I was the rest of the race. Obviously, I dug a little harder. I wanted to lead some laps, get a bonus point, try to get that third spot locked up in points, which I think I did on de Blasio. So that's good. Third place in points. But yet again, Rockingham, that was a tough deal. I lost the internet. I don't know if you guys knew that. I don't know if I ever got interviewed about that. But, yeah, I lost the internet right on the grid, and it took me 13 laps down, and all that happened. But still, it decided a true champion. Larai definitely deserved it. Everybody fought really hard this season, and wanted to say thanks to Ryan, the whole Upper Edge team, for putting this league on for so long. The Cup Series, it's been on for a few years now. It's been a great few seasons. So I'm looking forward to SLM. I usually don't do that car much, but definitely looking forward to learning it and racing with these guys in the future.
We're definitely looking forward to some super late models. Just an awesome car. You can really do some beating and banging with them. Those cars are very stout. So we're looking forward to that. But again, we don't want to keep anyone here too late. Plus, we have a late night broadcast to get to here tonight. So same question. We know you got some sponsors there to thank for the race here for second place, and of course for the season championship round of 4 here to get you there and put you in contention for that championship.
Yeah, definitely. I got to thank Mobile One for being on board this car most of the season. Tonight they were on board, but New England Racing Fuel took the title or took the hood tonight. So thanks to New England Racing Fuel. Also, they've been on a few of these schemes all season. Mobile One, obviously. Fastenal's been on the car also, and also Dylan. HVM, we've worked very hard all season, got some very good results, got some wins, which is pretty good. Thanks to Siltman Crowder Racing. I'm glad to be joining up with them. Thanks to Profile Machine Products for supporting the series for a few years now with race sponsorships and everything like that. And series sponsorship this year. Thanks to Ryan Dyson for putting on the league. It's been, like I said, a lot of fun. And thanks to you guys for broadcast.
All right, Ted, a little choking cough there, but again, congrats on second place. If I don't lose my voice here before it all happens. Coming in first place here tonight. Didn't have running in the championship, however, came in looking for the win, I'm sure, got the win. So it seems like whenever you're here, that is the 27 of Ashton Crowder. When you come in, you're a threat to put it in victory lane. You did it again here tonight. So to wrap up the season with the win, does it feel good? And you're going to carry that momentum over to the next season?
Oh yeah, it feels good for sure. I wanted to end the season off on a high note. I couldn't make a lot of the races, so that kind of bumped me out of the playoff deal. But congrats to Loria on the championship. Really good. Watched the last couple of races and they were really good. So yeah, I couldn't figure out the track. The first run, I just had no clue what was going on. Felt like it was on the splitter. I'll have to look back at it, but as the race went on, I progressively started to learn more and more and more, and I think I led the most laps, so that definitely an achievement. But just get the win when they're at Atlanta. When I think I lagged out Atlanta in the first one that we went to, so to get some redemption for that was really cool. And, glad to get the win.
Well, you definitely got the win, and a very dominant win at that. In the end, obviously only a .48, but you led 78 laps here tonight, so you definitely proved that you earned the win here tonight, and probably would have been someone to look forward to in the chase had you been able to make more races. And unfortunately, that didn't pan out that way. But we know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be for that victory here tonight?
Yeah, just everybody. Someone Crowder Racing made this team for the boys last night, actually. I'm hoping to do good in the Pro Series. I finished 22nd at Daytona last night, and I think Finlayson finished 23rd. I think he was pushing me at the end anyways. So yeah, just all the boys back at the shop there. Justin Listenby for doing the job on the box tonight. He was telling me where I needed to run, and we got those paint schemes out. He was cooking them. And you for the broadcast, Ryan, everybody that allowed this league to be a thing. Hoping to come back next season for the super late models. I've never really driven them, but times I have driven them, I've liked them. So hopefully we can run for a championship next season and not make too many people mad at me like I did this year.
Well, definitely we look forward to seeing you back next season running for the championship. That being said here, that will just about do it here for tonight's race. Before we sign off, of course, we need to thank all of the sponsors that have come on board here. Starting with the season sponsors, can't go anywhere without them. That is Our Expression, CrowderCrew.com, sorry about that, My Car Doc, Profile Machine Products, Eddy's Sports Bar, Drive for Suicide Prevention, Car Zip, The Drill Spill, and NC Design Concepts. A big shout out to all of these sponsors coming on board here for the 2018 season as it has come to an end. And of course, a big shout out to all the sponsors here for VRN, Northwest Racing Series, Walls Beard Co., Ohio IndyCar League, Sim Speed Shop, and of course iBog for coming on board this season. We thank everybody for sponsoring VRN, everyone that sponsored this race and this season to make it happen, as this again was the Eddy's Sports Bar 200, the season finale here for Upper Edge Racing and Atlanta Motor Speedway. On behalf of Upper Edge Racing and myself, Charles, here on VRN, we hope you enjoyed this season, and we will be back coming, I believe January or February, we'll be back for some more Upper Edge Racing. For now, we are off, and we are getting ready for the next broadcast coming up here in about 45 minutes to an hour or so. So we will be back with some Northwest truck racing from Sonoma in just under an hour.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be used in any form without the authorized written consent of Virtual Racing Network. VRN would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.